Hello, I'm Mikey, and welcome to this tutorial on Photoshop. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to remove a background out of an image. There's several ways to do it, and this is just one of the several ways to do it. Okay, so I'm going to open my image. It's going to be an image of my dad. And then I'm going to open a second image here. A picture of a fire helmet. It's just a stock image I grabbed out of Word. So these are the tabs for the images you have open. You can open a bunch of tabs here, but right now we're on this one, and I'm going to go back to the original image. I have my zoom tool right here, so it's that tool right there, and I'm going to click on the image and drag to the right. So I'm going to say 116% for now. I want to be down at the bottom side of the image, so if I press the space bar, it's going to give me this hand right there. And that hand allows you to navigate the image by grabbing it and moving it. Now, the next tool we want is called Magnetic Lasso Tool. And to get to that tool, it's on our toolbar over here. It's 1, 2, 3 down. These are the lasso tools. So if I click and I hold the left mouse button, it's going to give me the option of lasso tools. So I have my regular lasso tool, which is commonly, this is the one that we would have open. But I want the third one. And now again, I'm holding the left mouse button down. And so I'm going to let go on top of the magnetic lasso tool. And now it's going to give me my properties up here for the lasso tool. Your anti-alias may be clicked, so deselect your anti-alias because it's going to give us more control over the image later. So now that we have it, you're going to left mouse click once, and after you do that, you can start rising up the image on its own. Now it's going to do its best to select. Now I'm not pushing any buttons. I just click the left mouse once, and if I want to add an anchor point, I'll click and I'll add an anchor point. Other than that, it's doing a pretty decent job of adding the anchor points on its own. And we're only going to do half of the image, so when I get to the badge up at his hat, we'll stop there. Okay, so I'm at the center of the badge, and I move it up, and it'll automatically go up for me. So I'm going to go straight up, add an anchor point there, and come across. And when I get this little circle on my icon, there it is, little circle on my cursor, sorry, I'm going to click it. There we go. Now that whole area is selected. So go up to Edit and Clear. And it's going to delete that whole area there. I'm going to move myself back to this part of the image where we stopped. There. Now I'm going to go to Select and deselect everything. Okay, so now we'll continue again. I'll bring the image up there, right about there. And we'll start on this side now. Doing the same exact thing we did for the other side. Okay, when I get down over here, this blue on his patch is almost the same color of blue as that background image is. So I'm going to add the anchor points in there. Okay. So now I can move pretty quickly through here. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the image. I'll add a point. Go over this direction. It looks like I didn't delete all of the top, so I'll take care of it now. And now we're back to the beginning. All of that is selected. Go to Edit and Clear. And that pretty much takes care of most everything. Go to Deselect out of the Select option. And you can zoom out now. Okay. So there's some stuff we have to clear up in here. And we can delete that. So I see one there. Some of these edges are a little ragged. So all you have to do is you grab your eraser. Just a normal one. I'm kind of small right now. So I'm going to increase the size of it. Okay, so you can start cleaning all of these edges up here. Is that one? Okay. That pretty much cleans up all of the edges. Okay, so now what I can do is I can go over to this image here. Actually, I'm going to go to select all, edit, copy. Go back to my main image, and I'm going to go edit, paste, and it's going to add this as a new layer. Go to the magic wand, select, just anywhere in the white area here. I'll make that invisible so it doesn't get in our way. And inverse that selection. Okay, now that the selection is inverted, go to edit, copy, and then edit, paste. Now what that's going to do is it's going to place this layer that we have, a layer 1 and a layer 2, and we have our background image. So I'm going to make the background image invisible for right now. And now we have layer 1 right there. And I'm going to make sure that we have layer 1 visible. And I can see that it's sitting right on top. So I'm going to grab layer 1 and hold it. And grab it underneath and place it under layer 2. Okay. So now we'll grab our move tool and put it, let's say, about right there. Now to edit the scale of layer 2, go to edit, transform, and scale. Now at the same time you're dragging this anchor point this direction. Hit shift and that'll keep whatever aspect ratio it is. Okay, so hit shift, drag it this direction, and it's going to look kind of ugly at the moment, but that's okay. And make sure it takes up the whole image. Let go, and then we can move it to where we need it, where we want it. And then you can either double click on the image, or you can hit this check mark button, and it'll put it right back there. Okay, so now we have layer 2 sitting right on top. So activate layer 2, and you can center the image of layer 2, or however you want to do it, and that actually looks pretty good right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the magic wand, hit this area. Now, it didn't do anything with the helmet because the helmet is in a different layer. And just for simplicity purpose, I'm going to make it invisible. Now, again, invert that selection. So we're looking just at this. I'm going to zoom in right about there. And I'm going to go back to our selection tools. Now we're going to click on Refine Edge. Now in Refine Edge, the best one I found for this is to take down the radius to 23.2 and do a smart radius on that one. And that's actually increasing the radius, sorry. Smooth it out to 14. Feather, we're going to move feather to 3.5. You can see how that's starting to ease that up a little bit there, kind of soften the edges. Contrast, we're going to increase the contrast all the way to 66. And we'll soften the edges to -7. There we go. That softened it up nicely. Hit OK. And now we'll zoom back out. And reactivate. Oh, let's deselect first. Deselect. Reactivate layer 1, and there it is. And you could add separate effects on there. Let's say in layer 2 you wanted to put a drop shadow in there. You can add drop shadow, click on drop shadow, make sure I'm in layer 1 or layer 2, and you can increase the distance of it. You can see it popping out there in the back. You can increase the size of it. You could change the angle of it. Maybe it wants to go to the other side, and you can increase the distance again. Maybe it's wanting to go that way. I don't know. Whatever way you think is appropriate. Click OK. And there you go. That's how you separate. That's one of the ways you can separate an image from its background.